Hello! Hi! Block 10. Yes. So, just like block 9, we're going to start with half square triangles where we mark the center. We sew 1/4 inch on each side. We cut them apart. We take our half square triangle and we trim it up to 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And we press them open, and we are making 2 different colors of half square triangles this month. We are using fabric 8 and fabric 2, which is this one here, and then we are using fabric 8 and fabric 3. Now, you are going to be doing 8 of these and 4 of these. 8 and 4. That's step 1. Now, you're going to then take these half square triangles and a fabric 1 2.5 inch by 2.5 inch square. That's going to be your corner, and you're going to set these up so that the fabric 8 here makes a stripe. Okay, so those 2 together, these 2 together, and that is the piece you're making. That pink stripe has to appear by magic, poof. And you're going to be making 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are going to be 4.5 inch squares. Next, we are making 2 sets of flying geese. These are the colors we're making them in. 3 and 11 and 1 and 8. Okay, so let's go over the flying goose real quick. We're going to take our large 5.5 inch square and our 2 smaller 3 1/8 inch squares. We're going to mark the center. We're going to sew 1/4 inch on either side, and we're going to cut these apart. And you're going to have a piece like this when you press your triangles down. You're going to take another 3 1/8 inch square. I have fuzz everywhere today. You're going to mark the center, sew 1/4 inch on each side, and you're going to cut that, and that's where your goose is going to appear. So you're going to have 4 of these and 4 of these. Now I'm going to go over the trimming of the goose because I really like to review this on a regular basis. You can use your regular ruler or your square on a square 8 inch trim tool. I'm going to show you how to do both because I actually have 2 pieces to square up today. So when I square up a flying goose to 4.5 by 2.5, I'm going to note where the point of my goose is. I'm going to have the point facing towards me, and when I lay my ruler on the goose, that point is the center of my ruler here on the square, and I'm going to line up the seams on the diagonal, and that's going to be my first cut. And then I'm going to turn this around, and on my ruler you can see the T intersection where the 1/4 inch seam allowance meets the center. I'm going to put that point right on my point, and I'm going to line up the side of my goose with that white line that indicates 4.5 inches. If you notice, the center line, the tips touch the seam. Okay, so that's your 1/4 inch there. And then I'm going to trim. So that's how you get a 2.5 inch by 4.5 inch using this square on square trim tool. Otherwise, you can take your regular ruler, and I like this ruler again because they have these 45-degree lines going into the corner, because I'm going to use that 45-degree line to line up on this seam. I know that this point is 2.25 by 2.25. So I'm going to line this up, find my 2.25 here, and I have this set up on a 4.5 because I was squaring up 4.5, but this corner should be on this seam, and this corner should also rest on this seam. And that's going to be my first cut. And then when I turn this around, I'm going to nest that corner into the 4.5 by 2.5 point. 2.5 by 4.5 and trim. And you should be able to have a 1/4 inch from the top there for your seam allowance. So that's how your goose run. That is also cool. Okay, so we are going to have 4 of these and 4 of these, and they are going to be sewn together with the brown and the pink. So the brown on top of the pink, and you'll be making 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so the white tip is going into the brown. The last piece of our puzzle today is a square and a square, and we did a square and a square just a few minutes ago. So you're fussy cutting a center, you're sewing triangles on either side, and then you're putting the other triangles there. Again, the instructions have these oversized. You want to sew with a good 1/4 inch seam, okay? And then you want to use your square on a square trim tool to square these up. We didn't talk about that last time, but using the square on a square trim tool is excellent because you can tell exactly where your 1/4 inch allowances should be when you trim up your unit because of the black dashed lines on your ruler. Okay, so we have our square and a square with your fussy cut rows in the center, and then we're going to take our flying geese units and put them on the 4 sides. And this is actually where the magic happens. This is actually kind of really cool. Everybody went, wow, yesterday at demo. You're going to lay these in here, and then you get this framing with this stripe. It's really kind of cool. So your block gets an unexpected border by the way the pink lines up. Okay, month 10 done. Again, we'd love to see your blocks. Give us any comments or questions. You can call the shop. You can email us at info@vickysfabrics.com. Month 5, and we're gonna keep going. Love seeing you. Have a good day.